Thursday, the 5th of March. You charged into the day convinced you'd Marie Kondo your entire life. By 8 a.m. you'd merely rearranged the biscuit tin and developed a deep suspicion of your tea bags. Your doomscope animal today is still a lemming, but one wearing Crocs. Mars is doing a tango in retrograde with your broadband router. Expect an email chain featuring Dave from accounts and the phrase reply all and your impending doom. Precisely 2:47 p.m. involves accidentally liking your boss's holiday photos from 2011. Twice. Tonight, that diet you started last Tuesday? Yeah, about that. Venus is clearly pointing you towards the takeaway menu. You'll be found having a serious conversation with the cat about the meaning of life, followed by a deep dive into true crime documentaries. That banana bread recipe you saved? Best left untouched. The cosmos is judging your dietary choices. Advice: put down the scissors and step away from the online shopping. You're one questionable purchase away from appearing on daytime television. Right, Taurus, let's have a look at what you've been up to, shall we? You've been attempting to leave the house since last Thursday, and currently wrestling with your keys like they're hiding the remote. NASA blames Mercury, but we all know it's because they're buried under that mountain of cheese and onion crisps. Blame the cosmos. Nobody needs to know. Your inbox is less a siren call, more Diane from accounts demanding spreadsheets while on holiday. Mars is clearly having a laugh at your expense. Lessons learned in 2023 about replying all to inappropriate emails? Absolutely not. Quadruple check before unleashing passive-aggressive responses. Tonight, the celestial bodies actively discourage movement. Taurus, head straight home. Your sofa is whispering sweet nothings about a repeat viewing of Bake Off. Ordering a takeaway is basically a public service. Binge watch until you can't tell sourdough from a profiterole. Advice: you've got champagne taste on a lemonade budget. Time to consider downgrading that artisanal cheese subscription. Thursday, the 5th of March dawns, and you're already planning your escape route from Brenda's beige buffet next Tuesday. Your brain's processing power? Think dial-up internet in a fiber optic world. Venus is currently passive-aggressively liking everyone else's Instagram posts. At precisely 2:47 p.m., a colleague will whisper a secret so scandalous, you'll have to actively resist tweeting it with the hashtag #HashSpillThetia. Mars retrograde is clearly a personal vendetta. Your inbox boasts 68 unread emails, each judging you silently. Your doomscope object today is a tangled set of Christmas lights in July, brighter and more chaotic than your mental state when trying to remember where you parked the car at Tesco. Tonight, prepare to trip over the cat, again, char the freezer pizza to charcoal, and then mainlining true crime documentaries until 3 a.m. You'll label this self-care while simultaneously applying for witness protection. Advice: stop knowing so much about everyone. Your brain's not a search engine. Cancer, Thursday the 5th of March brings a uniquely distorted view, mainly because you keep looking at the world through a wine glass. That morning cuppa will taste suspiciously like instant, even if you splashed out on the fancy stuff. Prepare for a minor collision around 7:14 a.m., likely involving a doorframe and your phone, resulting in lukewarm coffee art on the hallway wall. Artistic license, in it. At work, Mars is creating havoc. Brenda from marketing will be particularly loud with her snacks today, and her keyboard tapping will sound like a woodpecker on speed. By lunchtime you'll daydream about running off to join the circus, specifically the llama training division. Your motivation is currently lower than a snake's belly. Tonight, coziness is mandatory. Build a pillow fort worthy of a medieval siege and binge-watch questionable reality TV. The stars demand you avoid human contact, but fully expect you to check your ex's Instagram at 8:52 p.m., then text them at 9:36 p.m., instantly regret it, and blame Mercury. Again. And the stars have spoken. Advice: stop apologizing to inanimate objects, they're plotting against you. Thursday, March 5th, begins with what can only be described as a private gig. Security footage will reveal you giving your best Adele into a toothbrush at Sparrowfart o'clock. Don't worry, it was probably better than the real thing. Brenda from accounts will ask if you're alright, and you will lie through your teeth. This afternoon, Mars retrograde is clearly having a laugh at your expense. Your inbox is basically auditioning for the Jeremy Kyle show. That 3 p.m. Zoom? Expect your screen to freeze mid-eye roll, giving everyone the impression you're permanently unimpressed. Which, let's face it, you probably are. Your doomscope vegetable, an aubergine that looks Instagram ready but tastes like sadness, not unlike that kale smoothie you pretend to enjoy. Tonight, toast beckons. It becomes charcoal. You'll then stage a very elaborate photoshoot of your despair for social media, before realizing you haven't paid for Netflix. Pizza it is, ideally presented with a flourish worthy of a West End show. Advice: stop browsing Rightmove when you're bored, Leo. It only leads to disappointment. This Thursday, the 5th of March, you'll leave the house convinced you've turned off the hair straighteners, drive halfway to work, and realize it was the electric toothbrush. Still, gold star for paranoia, Virgo. By lunchtime, Mars retrograde is clearly picking on you. Your inbox is a Comic Sans explosion. Your boss wants to touch base about moving the goalposts. Avoid anyone using the phrase "think outside the box" unless you brought earplugs. Tonight, the cosmos insists on a bath so hot it'll steam up next door. The water will be the precise temperature of the sun's surface. As you watch Bake Off, you'll pause it 83 times to analyze the proving drawer humidity. If you refresh Rightmove one more time, you'll not find your dream cottage, you'll just summon an overdraft. That spreadsheet titled "Comebacks for Every Possible Insult" is not the answer. Advice: just blame Mercury. Thursday, the 5th of March, Libra, sartorial disaster is your superpower. You left the house looking like Gok WN styled you with his eyes closed. Your Doomoscope vegetable today is a parsnip pretending to be interesting, or in your case, a beige potato trying desperately to pass as a carrot. This afternoon, Brenda from accounts corners you about her new hair. Brace yourself, it's like a startled badger glued to her head. Instead of inbox chaos thanks to Mercury, expect your online shopping basket to spontaneously fill itself with things you definitely don't need. 7 hours and 14 minutes spent scrolling the T-internet? Optimistic. More like 3, then a nap, then another 4. This evening, after exhausting TikTok, your partner delicately suggests pizza. Cue an existential spiral comparing sourdough crusts to the nutritional value of kale. Libra, your Deliveroo history reads like a cry for help written in cheesy garlic bread. Advice: embrace the beige. At least nobody will notice the gravy stains. Thursday, the 5th of March. The alarm clock betrayal is strong today, Scorpio. You'll smack snooze so hard, you'll briefly question if you've invented a new form of self-percussion. Now you're playing time catch-up thanks to a dream about interpretive dance featuring garden gnomes. At work, Mercury is doing its best impression of a toddler throwing a tantrum in a soft play area, specifically regarding your inbox. Lorraine from accounting has unleashed the post-it notes over a rogue Jaffa cake incident. Sources confirm there are now 23, and passive aggression levels are reaching critical mass. Expect a Mexican standoff over the biscuit tin at precisely 3:07 p.m. Tonight, instead of your great aunt, the cosmos dictates that a deep dive on 90s TV theme tunes on YouTube is essential research. You'll carefully construct your favorites playlist, which is basically your secret digital autobiography. You will call it cultural appreciation, but it is really just avoiding the ironing with better Wi-Fi. Advice: if you are going to Google your ex's new partner, maybe have a family-size bag of crisps on hand for emotional support. Thursday dawns and Sagittarius announces their arrival while still searching for trousers. 5 minutes actually translates to the time it takes to defrost bread. Your Doomoscope animal today is a confused pigeon trying to navigate a one-way system. Much like your attempts at flat-pack furniture. This afternoon, Mars retrograde has it in for your inbox. That reply all you regretted immediately? It now has 37 replies and Brenda has added crying laughing emojis. Venus is throwing shade because you promised to clear out the garage in 2023. A small act of contrition, like biscuits, may be required. The healthy eating charade crumbles around 7:17 p.m. Resistance is futile. The siren song of beige food will prove too strong. By 9 you will be lost in a documentary about competitive cheese rolling. The existential dread hits during the credits. Standard Thursday then. Advice: think before you speak. Your brain-to-mouth filter appears to be faulty. Thursday, the 5th of March, Capricorn, your morning commences with the faint aroma of something burning and the dawning realization you're late. Again. Mercury retrograde is having a right laugh at your expense. By 7:14 a.m., you'll trip over thin air and blame the cat you definitely don't own. Off to work we go. By lunchtime, you'll be contemplating calling in sick, claim it's that dodgy prawn you had last Tuesday. Brenda from accounting will corner you with your primary school photograph and a detailed analysis of your haircut in year 3. Venus is on strike today, so that spreadsheet isn't playing ball. Evening brings the sophisticated allure of emptying the dishwasher. Seriously? Movie night dissolves into researching the best way to fold fitted sheets on TikTok for approximately 2 hours and 47 minutes. And the stars have spoken. Advice: just blame Brenda. Your inbox is already plotting its revenge after Venus put you on mute. That sorry for the delay email will be epic, but you'll never finish it because you'll be debating whether next door's cat is judging your plant pots. Colleague Paul thinks you hate him. You don't. You're just mentally composing a strongly worded letter to the biscuit company that shortchanged your hobnobs. At 3 p.m. on Thursday the 5th of March, Mars retrograde makes you accidentally send Gary a reaction GIF from 2013. Janet saw it. Obviously. As the sun goes down, the astral alignment grants permission to swerve the pub in favor of alphabetizing your Tupperware drawer. It's also the perfect time to finally organize your button tin by size, shade, and level of sentimental value. Your doomscope animal is a basilisk avoiding eye contact, like you pretending not to see messages from your running club WhatsApp group. You're emotionally present roughly once a month. Today is not that day. Advice: try not to lose an actual sock in the tumble dryer today. Thursday, March the 5th. Morning arrives and you're convinced Brenda from accounting is giving you the evils. Turns out you've got your slippers on under your shoes again. Pisces. Mercury's in retrograde, love, not in Brenda's head. This is not a personal attack, yet. The afternoon finds you trapped in a Zoom meeting, openly Googling how to look interested in quarterly projections. Venus is dangling biscuits in front of your diet, isn't she? That quick browse of garden gnomes escalates into a full-blown bidding war. Your boss, Craig, definitely saw. Evening's here, and suddenly you're as emotionally needy as a toddler at closing time in soft play. Remember that time you tried to impress someone on a dating app by mentioning your collection of commemorative thimbles? That's coming back to haunt you. Advice: stop acting like you're in a rom-com. The cosmos advises a duvet day.